ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಸರವಾದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಇವರು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ವಿರೋಧಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಚಿತ್ರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳುವ ನಿಜವಾದ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾರಣ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಗೇನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ, ನವಲಗುಂದಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ನರಗುಂದಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಜನರ ವಾದ.
What I have seen in last 10-15 years or this year is that Maraprabha is to flow throughout the year. The intensity would reduce marginally, and again it would pick up with convection rain and orographic clouds making the rain, and again river flowing sometime in March. Immediately after Holi you would start. Immediately after the monsoon the river goes down just to a small nala, what used to flow widely. It slows down, and by month of January there is no flow in this river. That's a beginning of a death of a river.
ಭತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಇತ್ತು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ. ಇಂಥ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳು ಬಂದವು. ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಮಿ ಇದೆ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯಮಯವಾದಂಥ ಭತ್ತ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೂ ಕಬ್ಬು. ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 10-11 ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳು ಬರೋ ಇವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ನದಿ ತಿರುವು ಯೋಜನೆ ಇದೆ ಹೊರತು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರನ್ನು ಇದು ಒದಗಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
Number one solution for getting the water into southeast and securing the water security of Hubli and Dharwad and not allow your North Kannada to become desert. I am again telling you, not allowing your North Kannada to become desert lies in a hands, your future lies in hands of the sugar factories.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಆನ್ ಪೇಪರ್.
ಈ ಮಹದಾಯಿನ ಯಾಕೆ ನೀರಿನ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ.
ನಾನು ಅದು ಅದರದ್ದು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಏನು, ಅದು ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅದರದ್ದು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ಅದು ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದು ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲಾದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಲಿಮಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ? ಈಗ ಅವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಜೋಡಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದು ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟು. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಹಾಳಾಗ್ತದೆ,
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
ಭೂಮಿ ನಾಶ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮಣ್ಣು ಸವೆತ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಹಳೆ ಧಾರವಾಡ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಗದಗಿನ ನವಲಗುಂದ, ನರಗುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರಿನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮಹದಾಯಿ ಕಳಸಾ ಬಂಡೂರಿ ನದಿ ಜೋಡಣೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟರು. ಸೊ ಅದು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ರೈತರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಇದೆ, ಜನರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಎಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಬೇಡ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಜನರ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವಿರೋಧ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಭಾವನೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಿಸರವಾದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಇವರು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ವಿರೋಧಿಗಳು ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಚಿತ್ರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳುವ ನಿಜವಾದ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾರಣ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ಗೇನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ, ನವಲಗುಂದಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ನರಗುಂದಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಜನರ ವಾದ.
ಇದೇನು ಕಳಸಾ ಬಂಡೂರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಮಲಪ್ರಭಾ ನದಿಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸೋದು ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರಿನ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನು ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಷ್ಟೋ ತನಕ ನೈಲಾ ಕೊಯ್ಲವರೇನು ಒಂದು ಭೀಮ್ಗಢ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಚುರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಜನರಲ್ ಸರ್ದೇಶ್ ಪಾಂಡೆಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇಕೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಏನು ದಾಖಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಭೀಮ್ಗಢ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಚುರಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಭೀಮ್ಗಢ್ ಅಭಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರ. ಸೊ ಅಭಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಭಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ. ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಲಪ್ರಭಾ ಹುಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀರಿನ ಶಿಖರ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಚಿರಾಪುಂಜಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಳೆಯಾಗುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ ಅದು. ಬಹುಶಃ ಬಹುಜನರಿಗೆ ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಖಾನಾಪುರದ ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಅರಣ್ಯ ಭಾಗ ಏನಿದೆ, ಚಿರಾಪುಂಜಿಯಷ್ಟೇ ಮಳೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡಿತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಏರಿಯಾ ಇದು. ನೀರಿನ ಶಿಖರ, 2 ನದಿಗಳ ಉಗಮ, 4-5 ಉಪನದಿಗಳ ಉಗಮ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ. ಸೊ ಈ ಜಾಗವನ್ನು
ಒಂದೇ ತಾಲೂಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ 2 ನದಿಗಳ ಉಗಮ,
2 ನದಿಗಳ ಉಗಮ, ಒಂದು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹರಿತಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಬೇರೆ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಹರಿದು ಆ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ರೈತರಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ನದಿ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ನೀರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹುಬ್ಬಳ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ನದಿ ಇದು. ಇವತ್ತು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಇದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಮಳೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಖಾನಾಪುರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಅರ್ಧ ಭಾಗ ಬಯಲು ಪ್ರದೇಶ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮದು ಜಾಗೃತ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಒಕ್ಕೂಟ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳ ಸಂಘಗಳಿವೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಉದ್ಯೋಗ ಖಾತ್ರಿ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಂತೆ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗಗಳೇನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ನದಿಯ ಉಪನದಿಗಳಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಉಪನದಿಗಳಿಂದ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಹಳ್ಳ ಕೊಳ್ಳಗಳೆಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಳೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಕಾನೇಕ ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೀತಾಯಿದ್ರು ಜನ. ಭತ್ತದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಇತ್ತು, ನನಗಿವತ್ತು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ನೆನಪಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ವೆರೈಟಿ ಭತ್ತಗಳಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಜಾಗ. ಇಂಥ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳು ಬಂದು 10 ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳು ಬಂದು ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಏನು ಆ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಂಥ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಟುಂಬಗಳಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಭೂಮಿ ಇದೆ ಅವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ವೈವಿಧ್ಯಮಯವಾದಂಥ ಭತ್ತ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದರೂ ಕಬ್ಬು ಇವತ್ತು. ಕೇವಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಮನೋಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ತಂದಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 10-11 ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳು ಬರೋ ಇವೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ನದಿ ತಿರುವು ಯೋಜನೆ ಇದೆ ಹೊರತು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ನೀರನ್ನು ಇದು ಒದಗಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸುಳ್ಳು. ಇದಕ್ಕಿರೋದೇ ಶುಗರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಲಾಬಿ.
ಇದು ಸಕ್ಕರೆ ಕಾರ್ಖಾನೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಬ್ಬು ಬೆಳೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ನಿತಿನ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೇಗೆ ಈ ಮಲಪ್ರಭಾ ನದಿಯನ್ನೇ ಬತ್ತಿಸುವಂಥ ಯೋಜನೆ ಇದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ.
ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ?
ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೇವೆ.
ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಟನ್, ನಾವು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟು ಸೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸಿ, ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಡ್ ದ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ Malaprabha and sanctuary and how it has worked out, Gadgil's report, then so many reports. But the point, as Madam mentioned, the purpose of this project is totally not projected in a proper way. Now it is deviated. She mentioned number of sugar factories have come up there. So when the water is used for only sugar factory and consumption of this crop, sugarcane crop, so how do you define what is the reason behind this?
I would like to first say that the present situation, or the situation which is existing for last few decades, I am not talking about now, let's go back 20 to 30 years, that the people of Ron, Navalgund, Nargund, Gadag, what I call it as, if you look at a basin of Malaprabha, it is the southeast part of Malaprabha basin. If you look at the whole Malaprabha basin, they are suffering. They want water and they need water.
For drinking.
For drinking, for irrigation,
even
whatever. They require water. The water has to reach that area. That's a parched area. So our sentiments are with the people who want that water in southeast part of the Malaprabha basin. So, but the approach to giving that water, in whatever way it has been tried now, the problem has not been solved. Because there is a disconnect between science, research and what is required to be done and what is being proposed to be done. So when there is a mismatch of all this, we are still in that problem, there is no water there. Now, how do we, I have been, from young days, I have been on the Malaprabha, bank of a Malaprabha river. I come from a place called Titkunde where I do agriculture. In fact, more than agriculture, now I have started cultivating that as a completely forest. because that is what we require for Malaprabha now, that the Malaprabha keeps flowing. What I have seen in last 10-15 years or this year is that Malaprabha is to flow throughout the year. The intensity would reduce marginally, and again it would pick up with convection rain and orographic clouds making the rain, and again river flowing sometime in March. Immediately after Holi you would start. But what I have observed now, that in the month of immediately after the monsoon, the river goes down just to a small nala, what used to flow widely. It slows down, and by month of January, there is no flow in this river. That's the beginning of a death of a river. If I look at, or if you look at hydrologists, what is happening? The river is dying. It is no more perennial.
What is the reason? This destruction in
There are
ecosystem?
many reasons. Now, we have to look at why the water is not reaching the southeast part of the Malaprabha region, because the water in Malaprabha region itself is reducing. There are many reasons why the water. See, number one, everybody has to understand that the Malaprabha basin is broken into three parts. Zone 1, which is Khanapur Taluka. Zone 2, Bailhongal and Audit area. Then Zone 3 is down the Naval Tirtha Dam. Everybody must understand that the water which flows in Malaprabha river, 80% of the water comes from Zone 1. Zone 1, it doesn't come anywhere else. In Khanapur Taluka, Zone 1 is the one which is giving the water to this. So we call it's a water tower. Khanapur and the Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary, which she mentioned, is been created as a security of water for North Karnataka. It's a water tower. That is the forest which is causing the rain in Malaprabha. Bhimgad forest causes the rain for Malaprabha. Malaprabha and Mahadai, the distance is 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers parallel to one another. They divert, each one goes in different direction. But the forest which creates rain for it is Bhimgad Wildlife Sanctuary and Mahadai Wildlife Sanctuary. I have been involved in this movement right from the time securing the approximately 200 square kilometers of forest for the water security of North Karnataka and Goa by creating and working with the people who form Mahadai Wildlife Sanctuary. And secondly, we worked with these people. They have extensively done extensive work for 14 years to create a water reservoir and water tower. Water tower is the one which creates these rivers. Once we understand Zone 1, the Zone 1 is a prime important zone for the life of Malaprabha. It's a birthplace of Malaprabha. It sits, and the head spring from where the river starts, we call it Ugamastan. Ugamstan of Malaprabha is at Kankumbi. Now, what all has happened? In this catchment area, you have stone quarries. In this catchment area, you have monoculture. In this catchment area, you have got deforestation. In this catchment area, you still today have illegal mining. Now, this is one where you are trying to kill the river at its birthplace.
You have to fight against it.
We have been fighting against it. We are the environmentalists who are fighting against it. We are against it. We are trying to preserve the catchment area from where the river starts. You have one of the politicians coming and saying, no, we use the water from the borewell. Borewell is
also required.
It's a fetus of a river. That's where the river is born.
If there is a river, there is a borewell.
So, number one reason of Malaprabha river dying and reducing its flow and the reservoir of Navaltit not filling up is complete degradation of the catchment area. What has been done for it? Have you removed acacia trees from there? Have you tried to generate? Have you stopped people felling trees and going in for monoculture plantations, rubber plantation?
Which is all against to the ecosystem.
It is not against. So we are here, the environmentalists are here to preserve and protect Malaprabha catchment area where it originates. We fought and we said, don't put Kalsa, tunnel. It's a very important. There is a place called as Kankumbi from where Malaprabha originates. Malaprabha originates in a mountain, goes down, goes subland, surfaces again at one, then goes to a temple called as Ramtit temple. From Ramtit temple it goes to Mauli temple. It's an apex temple. And from there the Malaprabha starts. This is now what is called as a head spring. That is the apex head from where the river starts. We pray to it. We have temples to it. And that's a temple of Mauli. That's a temple of where it originates. That's a temple of Ramtit. It's a traditional for hundreds and years. The rivers have been flowing before humans came on this earth. We created these temples, we created this system, we created the tradition, and we worship the river. We are not worshipping the temple, we are worshipping the river. But in an attempt to divert the water, they have destroyed the head spring. Malaprabha head spring, where the Malaprabha flows, does not exist anymore. That will come to afterwards. So this is one of the way of destroying the catchment of Malaprabha itself. Now the flow of Malaprabha, where it is born, is been destroyed, one intentionally by putting a tunnel to divert Mahade river. Second, by all these factors which I told you. When you come down, after you cross Khanapur Taluka, because there are another danger which is taking place in Khanapura, which is very, very dangerous. But right now come down. Like I said, when the Navaltil Dam was made, it was made for traditional crops. It never made for sugarcane. You had 37 TMC of reservoir water increasing and all the rain coming and making it. So it should have been very, very nice, green, happy, environmental friendly and nature preserved, and everything would have been nice. Everybody would have got water, southeast, northeast. You talk about all complete Malaprabha water should get water, Hubli, Dharwad should get, everybody would get water. Why? Then what has happened? What changed that after the dam? And what are we situation in? And why is the most important thing, water not reaching the southeast part, where are so many villages, Ron, Navalgund, Navartit, Gadag, I will not come to all in them, I will just say southeast. Why it is not reaching? Because you have to look at a map which shows there are 10 sugar factories from where the water is supposed to go to this southeast basin. The part of Malaprabha basin where the water should reach, in between that and Khanapur Taluka, there are 10 sugar factories. So research and your government data shows that sugarcane plantation, which should not have been there, which is not allowed by CWC, which was not a part of this dam, has gone from 25,000 hectares to now 1,20,000 hectares. I am talking about data which is 24-25. After that, it's still increasing and people are still planting and going to sugarcane. So we do two calculations. One calculation is how much is the water which is used by 101 lakhs hectares of sugarcane. The calculation is 140 TMC. You are using 140 TMC of water.
Misusing.
Misusing is one using.
Misusing for sugar canes.
Misusing
For sugarcane.
for sugarcane. Using and misusing. There is a part of using.
No. If you use for the sugar cane, it is misuse and it affects other crops.
Other crops.
Like
other farmers
crops
have
are
gone.
damaged naturally.
Naturally, other crops are damaged. Other poor farmers are not going to be benefited. Who is going to be benefited? Sugar factories are damaged. There are 10 sugar factories. So we go back and we say, what are the crushing capacities of the sugar factories? You calculate, okay, this is the crushing capacity of the sugar factories. How much of water is required to create the crushing capacity for them? 137 TMC. So now you are consuming 137 TMC and you are saying that 4 TMC of water
Is required for drinking water.
For drinking water.
Or farming
or that 4 TMC would benefit the southeast of basin.
Do you mean to say that they can save that 4 TMC by reducing the sugar factories?
No, we cannot reduce sugar factories. See, sugar factory now has become your backbone of your economy. You can't stop or you can't cut down. We don't. Sugar cane is our money now.
Maybe money. But crop system is spoiled.
No, there are ways. Sugar factory, they are the problem and they are the solution. Number one solution for getting the water into southeast and securing the water security of Hubli and Dharwad and not allow your North Kannada to become desert. I am again telling you, not allowing your North Kannada to become desert lies in a hands, your future lies in hands of the sugar factories. Because when they are growing, using 137, one simple calculation, if they use anything, first solution, if they use anything and just reduce the water consumption by 3%, 140 TMC, 3% saving is 4.2 TMC. What is been allowed by tribunal to be diverted from Madai. So if they say that Madai water is going to solve their problem by taking 4.2 TMC, allowed 4 TMC, if that 4 TMC is going to solve your problem can be easily solved by just reducing 3% of your consumption in the basin by sugarcane planters. Just 3 TMC. Don't reduce your sugar cane. See, sugarcane has now, and it has become an economic backbone. We don't want to economically, or we don't want to punish any farmer. We don't want to punish any sugar factory. I'm not blaming sugar factory. But what they should be doing is very important. As a responsible citizen of India, being an owner of a sugar factory, maybe at a cooperative or private or anything, the most important thing is how you can reduce this 140 TMC to create water for southeast of Malaprabha is the number one issue what we should get to. And it is very easy. It is much easier than getting water from Mahadai.
Mahadai, joining.
Mahadai, we cannot say Mahadai is our river. Mahadai is a lifeline for the wildlife sanctuary which they created, Bhimgad, which is a water tower. It's like if you divert the water from Malaprabha, from Mahadai, both are sisters, is like cutting a hen and opening her belly to get golden eggs. It is the one which
you are talking on emotional issue.
No, I am talking.
But they are talking on par with the practical.
So now I am coming to the same issue. If it is not emotional, if it is scientific, we have to come to a position where can we achieve 3% saving in 140 TMC, which is easily practicable. And there is a 4 TMC water. We don't have to
Captain, you are telling about today's situation. But earlier, when Kalsa Bandori project was formed, there were no sugar factories were there.
No.
But why there was a scarcity of water then? What is the reason?
There was never a scarcity of water. Scarcity of water has come because the sugar cane is the water is being pumped out. You have to also look at, so one solution, which I'll come to solutions first and then we can. Number one solution, reduce 3% of water consumption for this by adopting new techniques, drip irrigation, new pattern of. In that book, we have mentioned there is one person which is called as Suresh Desai. You have Sugar Institute. Suresh Desai's work has been accepted internationally by United Nations to grow crops, to grow sugarcane. Many people grow sugarcane when there is no water using his technology.
Okay.
He has been called into southern Maharashtra.
What is the problem of our sugar factories to use that technology?
Sugar growers. It is to be used by the
sugar growers. What is the problem?
Problem
they are not educated?
No, there has to be certain. Why I should now? We are in a times. We are in a technology where I get free electricity. I can get free electricity. I can go as much deep as I want into aquifer. I can use as much electricity to come out. I can switch on my pump with my mobile phone. I can switch off the pump with my mobile phone. I pump the water. Where is the control over the water and what is the water requirement of a sugar cane? Are we exceeding? If Suresh Desai says that you can grow double quantity of sugar with half the quantity of water, and he has proved it over the world, he has been called into Africa, he is called into Punjab.
Then who has to implement it?
This has to be implemented by us.
It should be made as a rules or it should be convinced?
No, it cannot be nothing. No rule will be followed.
Then it should be convinced.
It should be convinced.
Awareness
has to be created that we are consuming water. There is another risk to it. I will come to you because it is not a part of this, but I will like to come to it because that every person like us who are staying in North Kannada should be aware of. I am coming to that problem afterwards. First now I am coming to the problem because the problem has to be solved for southeast part of Malaprabha. Only thing is reduce the sugarcane consumption, you will get water. How to reduce it? Ask people like Suresh Desai. Get him to train the farmers. Your agriculture university can call him and make plots to demo plots. Each sugar factory can say, okay, we give you this 10 acres. Take this 10 acres. Show us how you do it. His technique is required to save North Karnataka, other than saving water. I will come to that part. You remind me if I forget it in this. If it is factories, then the sugar factory can say that we are environmental conscious. They themselves want to survive because if this situation continues, sugar factories will not exist after 15 years. They are on the death path.
Even if they want to survive,
they
should educate
have to
the
do
farmers.
This. Even Yellappa Reddy made a statement, we are heading for wet desertification. North Karnataka is heading for wet desertification. I will come to that part again. But if sugar factories have to survive, they have to ensure that the soil in which sugarcane is grown has to be kept fertile. It should not turn into a wet desert. I will define wet desert afterwards. For that, they will have to come to a technology where they do multi-cropping. Along with sugarcane, in between they could do something else. They use less water. They use the technology. Sugarcane requires more sunlight, less dense. come to this optimization where the potential of saving water is 50%. So let's say 50% is 70 TMC water will be saved in the basin alone. But then what sugar factory will have to do? Do demos, educate farmers and incentivize farmer. You are giving we will audit your farm, we will see what you are doing. Are you puncturing aquifer? Are you going the sufficient water? Are you using the water in the limited? We pay you higher. You are not doing it, we pay you less. Government rule or government stepping in and doing and squeezing farmers, no. Don't squeeze farmers. Farmers are our backbone. Even now sugar cane farmers, they are not our enemies. They have come to depend upon this. But this dependency for them also, we have to look that if that farmer cannot grow sugarcane after 15 years, he is dead. He will not be a farmer anymore. It will be bad for him, it is bad for the society, it is bad for the complete North Karnataka. So survival of this farmer also is the responsibility of a sugar factory. The sugar factory has to say, okay, let's go and let's do this, it is necessity now. 70 TMC water you can, 4 TMC water you are getting from here, you can give it to whomever you want to give. Number 2, the dam has silted. The CWC report says, and if you go by the CWC calculation, you have 12 TMC of mud has filled in your dam.
In Nailtil.
In Navaltit. So from 37 TMC which was available, it has come to 12 TMC. Now there is a fear at Badami also, down the stream, that if you get overflow from there, it will overflow and flood Badami. Do you have capacity to store that extra water which is coming in monsoon? No. Then what do you require to do? If you continue without silting this dam, the dam will fill up. In another 30-40 years, that there is no water to store in the dam. What are we looking at? Is this scientifically CWC and all these people who are
one should think of removing that silt.
Yeah, I am not saying you can remove all the 12 TMC at one time. What is remove 1 TMC this year, remove 2 TMC second year, remove third. Within 4 years, you have removed 4 TMC. You have created 4 TMC of water.
Yeah.
This is the easier way for the people of southeast of Malaprabha Basin.
Then why can't you give this
environmentalists are bringing this
Captain,
point.
why can't you give this awareness to the government, farmers, and ecosystem?
We are this book.
No, of course. Why government is blind on this issue?